rise in the cap on energy prices. The cap will go up by 0.2%. Now, this affects how much you pay for your energy bills every month, and the change means that companies can keep bills stubbornly high.
Your energy bill is not going up because of bad luck. It is not going up because of one war or one pipeline or one policy. It is going up because of a stack of structural problems that have been building for years underneath the British energy system. And the uncomfortable truth is that the people who understand this stack are already quietly adjusting their households, while everyone else waits for the next off-gem announcement and hopes it will somehow be better this time. It will not be better. Not in the way most people are hoping. Because the forces pushing your energy bill higher are not temporary. They are baked into the system. And once you understand why, you will stop waiting for someone to fix it and start fixing your own household's exposure to it for a fraction of what most people waste every single month trying to keep up. Welcome back. If you want honest, practical UK content that actually helps your household instead of just scaring you, subscribe now. Let me walk you through what is actually driving your bill up. Not the simplified version you get on the news, the real structure underneath it. Because once you see this clearly, everything else makes sense. Britain does not produce enough of its own energy. That is the foundation of the entire problem. North Sea oil and gas production has been declining for years. The UK went from being a net energy exporter to a net energy importer. That means Britain now buys a significant amount of its energy on the international market at whatever price the international market decides. And the international market does not care about your household budget. It cares about global demand, geopolitical tension, shipping routes, production quotas, and the mood of traders in offices you will never see. When global prices spike, Britain spikes with them. Not because something went wrong here, because we tied ourselves to a global market and then let our domestic production decline without building enough alternatives fast enough. Gas storage is dangerously low. This is the one that should genuinely concern you. Most European countries maintain significant strategic gas reserves. Germany, France, Italy, they all store enough gas to buffer against price spikes and supply disruptions. Britain closed its largest gas storage facility at Rough in 2017, and while there has been talk of reopening or expanding storage, the reality is that right now the UK operates with a tiny fraction of the gas storage capacity of comparable European nations. That means when winter comes and demand rises, or when a supply route gets disrupted, Britain cannot draw from a deep reserve to stabilize prices. We buy on the spot market, and spot prices are where panic lives. Every cold snap, every shipping delay, every geopolitical flare-up hits the spot price, and that spot price feeds directly into what you pay. The green energy transition is costing more than projected. And I want to be careful here because this is not an argument against renewable energy. The transition to cleaner energy is necessary and important. But the cost of that transition is being loaded onto household bills in ways that most people do not fully understand. Grid upgrades to handle distributed generation, subsidies for renewable infrastructure, backup capacity for when the wind does not blow and the sun does not shine, decommissioning costs for old nuclear and fossil fuel plants. All of it sits inside your bill as levies and charges that keep growing. The energy itself might be getting cheaper to generate in some cases, but the system cost of rebuilding the entire grid around a new model is enormous, and you are paying for it whether you realize it or not. The price cap does not protect you the way you think it does. Most people hear price cap and assume it means their bill cannot go above a certain amount. That is not what the price cap does. The cap limits the rate you are charged per unit of energy and the daily standing charge. It does not cap your total bill. If you use more energy, you pay more, and crucially, the cap itself moves. It gets reviewed and adjusted based on wholesale costs. So when wholesale prices climb, the cap climbs with them. It is not a ceiling that protects you. It is a floor that rises underneath you. And every time it rises, millions of households across Britain feel the squeeze get tighter without any change in their actual usage. Network charges and standing charges keep climbing. Even if you used zero energy tomorrow, you would still get a bill. The standing charge alone has risen significantly, and it keeps rising. That daily fixed cost covers the maintenance of the grid, the pipes, the meters, the infrastructure that delivers energy to your home. And as that infrastructure ages, and as investment is needed to modernize it, those charges climb. You cannot avoid them by using less. They are baked into the connection itself. And for lower income households, the standing charge now represents a painful percentage of their total bill before they have even turned anything on. If you are watching this and realizing your energy bill is not just expensive, but structurally designed to keep getting more expensive, subscribe. Because understanding this is the first step to doing something about it. Now here is where this video changes direction. Because I am not here to just explain why your bill is going up. I am here to tell you what I am personally doing about it in my own household. And the total cost of the changes I have made that are saving me the most money came to roughly £30. Not 300, not 3,000, 30. And I am not talking about switching suppliers or haggling on the phone for a slightly better tariff. Those things might save you a few quid, but they do not change the underlying equation. What I am talking about is reducing your household's actual energy consumption in ways that are so simple, most people dismiss them. And that is exactly why they work. Because the best savings are the ones that cost almost nothing to implement and then keep saving you money every single day without you having to think about them. Draft proofing. Cost roughly £8. I bought a pack of self-adhesive foam draft excluder tape and went around every exterior door and window in my home that had a noticeable draft. Took me about an hour. And the difference was immediate. Not dramatic. Not like someone turned the heating up. But the house holds its warmth noticeably better. Fewer cold spots, fewer drafts cutting through rooms. And that means the heating runs less to maintain the same temperature. Over a winter, that adds up to real money. £8 for the tape. Savings that repeat every single day the heating is on. The maths is embarrassingly good. LED bulbs everywhere. Cost roughly £7. I replaced the last remaining old bulbs in my house with LEDs. Every single fitting. And the difference in energy consumption is staggering. An old incandescent bulb uses roughly 60 watts. An LED producing the same light uses about 7. That is not a small difference. That is nearly 90% less energy for the same result. Multiply that across every light in your home and the daily consumption drop is significant. £7 for a multi-pack of LEDs, and they last for years. This is one of the most obvious energy saves in existence, and there are still millions of UK households running old bulbs because nobody has bothered to change them. A plug-in energy monitor. Cost roughly £12. This is the one that changed everything for me. Because until I plugged this little device into my appliances one by one, I had no idea what was actually costing me money. And the results were shocking. Appliances I thought were off were drawing power on standby. The tumble dryer was using more electricity than I had guessed. An old second fridge in the garage that I barely used was quietly burning through units every single day. Once you see the numbers, your behavior changes instantly. Not because someone told you to use less, because you can see exactly where the money is going, and you start making decisions based on facts instead of guesses. £12 for the monitor. And within the first week, I had identified enough waste to cover the cost 10 times over across a year. A kitchen timer for the heating. Cost roughly £3. Not a smart thermostat. Not a 200-pound system. A 3-pound mechanical timer that I used to remind myself to turn the heating off instead of leaving it running on autopilot. Because the single biggest energy waste in most UK households is heating an empty house or heating rooms that nobody is using because the system is set to run and nobody thought to stop it. A simple timer. A simple habit. Turn it on when you need it. Turn it off when you do not. £3. And the savings over a winter are genuinely significant. That is roughly £30 total. Draft tape, LED bulbs, an energy monitor, a timer. 4 items. No technical skill required, no contractor needed, no lifestyle change that feels like a sacrifice. Just boring, practical adjustments that reduce how much energy your home wastes every single day. And here's the thing that connects the first half of this video to the second half. You cannot control what happens to global energy markets. You cannot control North Sea production. You cannot control gas storage policy. You cannot control what Ofgem sets the price cap at. You cannot control the geopolitics that rattle oil prices. But you can control how much energy your household wastes. And every watt you stop wasting is a watt you stop paying for. That is the only energy strategy that actually works for a normal household in Britain. Not hoping the bill goes down. Not waiting for a government scheme. Not switching to a marginally cheaper tariff that saves you £4 a month. Actually using less, measurably, permanently, starting now. Because when that bill does go up again, and it will, the household that has already cut its waste is the household that absorbs the increase without panic. And the household that changed nothing is the household that opens the envelope and feels their stomach drop. I know which household I want to be. and I think you do too. If this made you think differently about your energy bill, subscribe and comment below what your last quarterly bill was. Be honest, because I think the numbers people are seeing right now across Britain would shock anyone who has not been paying close attention. And the more honest we are about the problem, the faster we fix our own homes, instead of waiting for someone else to fix it for us.